Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to stay fit if you're broke. And I wanted to do this video because I feel like I have to also pump out some of the granular content or granular steps that people need to take if they are not at the point where they can afford certain things for, being fit and going to the gym and doing all that. So I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible because I have like 8 points to get through in this video, but I don't want the video to be too long at the same time, so I'm just going to jump into it. But before I do, please give this video a thumbs up. Please also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. My first point is that the easiest thing you can do if you want to start being active is to walk. Walking is free, walking is easy, walking is accessible. I think walking is everything. It's a great form of cardio, and not just like strolling. I'm not talking about strolling, I'm talking about like actually walking at a fast pace, not necessarily running. If you want to run, you can do that. So I'm not a huge fan of running. You can never get me to run. So I would pick walking over running. But it's one of the most basic forms of cardio that you can do. You can walk, you can dance. If you want to like kind of get some activity going, even if you don't like lifting weights, right? You can walk, you can run, you can dance. So that's like the first thing you can do. And the great thing about walking is that you don't necessarily need to be like geared up to do any kind of walking. Even if you can't walk outside, walk in your house. Okay, I'm pretty sure you have some space in your house to do some kind of walking. And guys, I'm not being tone deaf, okay? I'm just giving you like the most basic ways to get started. If it's something you're interested in, you can do laps in your house. If you have an apartment, you live in an apartment complex, you can do laps in your apartment complex. You can do laps in your apartment compound or whatever it is. Because I know some of my audience is also in Nigeria, so I have to cater to my audience in America and my audience in Nigeria. So it's just I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. If you can't walk, then dance. Turn on good music that you like and dance for a good 30 minutes to 1 hour. And I promise you, you will break a very good sweat. And that's like one of the best ways or one of the most basic ways that you can get started, okay? My next point is that you should try to get an elastic band that can help you with stretching and body weight exercises. I saw this video on Instagram. Actually, I'm going to put the clip in this video. Maybe I'll pause it here and put the clip so you can watch it. Okay, so we just got done watching that video, right? And you saw how I was using that elastic band to do things like stretching, squats, all of that. That kind of thing will really, really go a long way if you don't have enough money to do a gym subscription every month. And I know gym subscriptions are not cheap, okay? And with the economy of the world, in fact, the economy in America is the economy in Nigeria is nothing to even talk about. So trust me when I say I'm very in tune with everything that happens, and that's why I try to choose my words carefully when I'm making these videos, because I don't want to come off as tone deaf. But a very good elastic band can help you get in some body weight exercises if you're not ready to start lifting weights, okay? And when the body weight exercises get easier, then you can now progress to lifting light weights. And I'm a very huge proponent of lifting weights because it has been scientifically proven that weightlifting can actually extend your lifespan. Like, it can increase the quality of your life, and that's why I keep talking about it. I know people may not like it, but I'm just putting it out there, only encouraging you. If it's not something you want to do, you don't have to do it. But yeah, an elastic band for stretching is really, really good. I think people underrate stretching, especially when you see people going to the gym. Like, sometimes I see people just waltz into the gym and they just start lifting weights. And I'm like, okay, you're not going to do any warm-ups, you're not going to do any stretching, you're not going to do any cardio. And the cardio thing is subjective, right? You can do your cardio before or after you lift weights, but stretching and warming up is not subjective. You have to do that every day, especially if you are a sedentary worker. You're going to work every day, you're sitting at a desk every day, or maybe you're even standing all day. If it's in the case of like people who work in healthcare, you need to stretch out your muscles before they become weak and they won't be able to support you when you're just doing basic activities. So a good elastic band for stretching and for bodyweight exercises will really go a long way. And this is something that you can do in the comfort of your house. If you're a serious person, you can actually do it in your room, okay? I have a list that I wrote here, so I kind of want to hold it as I'm talking about my next point, because I don't want to keep like going to look at it. So my next point is that you should save or budget for minor equipment, and this minor equipment could be mats, it could be socks, shoes, dumbbells, walking pads, data for internet, a jump rope or a skipping rope. All these things you can easily find. If you live in Nigeria, I'm pretty sure you can find second-hand items if you go to some kinds of markets, right, where they sell these things for cheap or for, you know, relatively affordable. So I want to go over them one by one so that we can know exactly why we're budgeting and saving for these equipment. You know, when you go to a gym and maybe you're in a gym class and maybe it's a yoga class or it's a Pilates class and they have mats in the gym that you can use, and then when you're done you have to wipe it down. Those mats are really good because it kind of creates and this is especially if you're working from home, it kind of creates the scene of, or like kind of prepares your mind to know that, okay, yeah, we mean serious business, like we're actually working out. So a mat is really important if you can afford it, and you don't have to buy all of these things at once. Just buy the ones you can when you can buy them. The next thing is socks. I know socks kind of sounds like it's not really a big deal, but if you're working out at home, you're doing minor workouts at home, you have to kind of tweak your brain or tweak your mind into thinking that what you're doing is actually serious, because it's very easy to get carried away if you're working out from home and just not finish your workouts because you're doing it at home. So wearing socks and wearing certain clothes can make you feel like, okay, yes, I'm in the mood to do this. Shoes is also a very good addition to the list because you need workout shoes. If you're going to be walking outside, you need walking shoes, like sneakers. If you're going to be running, you need running shoes. If you're going to be going to the gym, you need gym shoes, okay? So shoes is also a good option, but it's not necessarily a need if you're going to be working out from home. You can easily do home workouts with just socks or just do them barefoot. Dumbbells and walking pads. So I would say that the dumbbells would be like when you progress to the point of wanting to start lifting weights, and it doesn't necessarily have to be like heavy dumbbells. It can just be anything light. It could be like 5 kg dumbbells, 7 kg dumbbells, or maybe 10-pound dumbbells, 15-pound dumbbells. And I usually do the pounds and kg thing because now I live in America, so I think in pounds, but I know my audience is Nigerian, so they think in kg. So I'm always like torn between both. So yeah, a dumbbell is a really good addition because then if you're doing any kind of weightlifting or minor weightlifting in your house, then you're sure that the weights that you're lifting are actually the same. Because you don't just want to grab any kind of thing that is heavy and start lifting it. You don't know how much it weighs, but a dumbbell is going to guide you to know how much you can carry and how much strength you have. Okay, the next one is a walking pad, and this is for people who maybe you have the money but you just don't want to be going to the gym, but you want to get some kind of cardio in your house. I know a lot of people buy walking pads here in the States. I'm not too sure if they probably have those in Nigeria, but it may be more, forgive me for sounding tone deaf here, it may be more expensive, I guess. But yes, a walking pad is great because you can easily get cardio done on the spot just by walking on the same spot, okay? So if you have the money for that, definitely invest in a walking pad. It's not necessarily a treadmill, right? It's just it's like a mini treadmill of some sorts. The next two things are a jump rope, or in Nigeria we say skipping rope. In America they call it jump rope. A jump rope or a skipping rope, and you have to also reserve some money for data. And why I say data is because sometimes you may want to do at-home workouts, and I usually advise people, if you're doing any kind of workout programs, make sure you find programs that you can stick to for about 6 to 8 weeks, because consistency is what is going to give you results. Don't just try to do random workouts and be like, oh yes, I'm working out. No, stick to something for 6 to 8 weeks. I know it can get boring and repetitive, but sorry, boring and repetitive is what gives you results. The reason why I personally have gained a lot of results in the gym is because I've been doing the same thing for almost 2 years now. And the same thing, like repetition is what is going to give you results, and I stick to it. It's just occasionally I will change up my workouts, but everything I'm doing right now works for me. And from next year, I'm going to switch things up and then stick to those programs for a long period of time as well. There are different types of cardio that you can do without going to the gym, without going outside. And a jump rope is also really good because that's really, really good cardio. It's not necessarily a cardio that I would do, but it's very accessible and very easy. So consider that. And the final thing is data for the internet. If you are going to use videos on the internet to, do your workouts, or maybe you want to, especially if you're Nigerian, you want to download the videos and, save or preserve your data. Because I know data in Nigeria is like, it's a whole issue of its own. You might want to download 1 or 2 YouTube videos and stick to those videos for about 6 to 8 weeks, so that you can see that, okay, this works for you, this doesn't work for you. If it doesn't work for you, then you can download another set of videos and then use them. Okay, so these are smart ways that you can easily be active without breaking the bank. My next point is, if you have some money, right, save some money, go to Okrika markets. Okrika is known as, how do you say this now? It's like secondhand clothing or secondhand shoes. These are for my American people who watch me. We call it Okrika in Nigeria. That's supposed to denote secondhand clothes that have been worn by other people that are now being resold. Okay, it's like buying clothes from a Goodwill or something. So a lot of those Okrika clothes are actually like really, really good quality. Don't be scared to. I know this video is like giving broke tips, but these are sort of things that I did. Okay, my parents used to work out in the house. My sisters used to work out in the house. So I actually grew up seeing these things. So when I tell you, I'm not just talking. I'm talking because I've actually done it and I've experienced it. I was too young and too broke to afford a gym subscription. What did I even know about weightlifting back then? I just saw, oh, mommy's working out. This looks like fun. I'll go and join my mommy. My sisters are going to the gym. Oh, can I borrow your clothes? Let me wear to go to the gym one day with you, or to work out one day in the house with my mom. So, I have actually lived what I'm telling you. I'm not pulling all this information from my ass. Find ways to buy secondhand clothes. There are a lot of people who sell secondhand clothes on the internet as well. And if you're also trying to look for new gym clothes, I would encourage you to use your old stay-at-home clothes. Okay, I'm pretty sure you have those free shorts in the house, or those free tops in the house that they're not really beautiful, but you don't want to discard them, or maybe you use them to sleep sometimes. Convert some of what you have to gym clothes. I'm not saying you should wear jeans to the gym, okay? When I say shorts, jeans are out of it. Don't work out in jeans, that's weird. Try converting your old clothes to gym clothes, and that's how you can start. And you can use all these tips to work your way up to where, when you're buoyant enough, then you can afford a gym subscription. This next tip is kind of, I don't want to say ghetto, but it's very weird, so take it or leave it. I'm just giving you the option, okay? You can do whatever you want to do with this information. I intentionally went to get 2 bottles because I really want to demonstrate what I'm about to tell you. So in one of my videos, I mentioned very briefly, this was a very fleeting thought, that at home we used to have things that were akin to dumbbells before my mom actually bought tiny dumbbells, right? My mom used to fill large bottles of Eva Water. Eva Water is a brand in Nigeria. So she used to fill it up with sand, okay? Just imagine these 2 bottles are like giant bottles and they're filled up with sand. That was what she was using as weights sometimes. So I know this is a very ghetto, and this is so weird. This is so weird. I can't believe I'm saying this on YouTube, but there's no shame in wanting to make the most of your environment until, you know, you get to a point where you're more financially stable. So if you want to do some kind of weightlifting, or you've been doing body weight exercises and you're now ready to incorporate some more strength training, find empty bottles of water like this, fill them up with sand, okay? If you want, you can, and this is kind of a weird advice to take because you need to measure the weight of what you're lifting. So in that case, I would advise you to, when you fill them up with sand, you can put them on a scale, like put each one on a scale and see how much it weighs. And if they weigh the same, then you know that, okay, yes, I have quote unquote weights. Does that make sense? This is not professional advice. This is just a hack. Okay, and it's easy. Sand is easy to find. Just find sand, put it inside bottles and keep it one place and make sure that they weigh the same. The reason I'm harping on you making sure that they weigh the same is because I don't want a situation where you're lifting weights, you know, you're doing this and doing that and doing this, and the weights that you're lifting are not the same, and like your muscles start to be unequal. Does that make sense? That's not a good thing. So always make sure that if you're going this route, make sure that they weigh the same, okay? See how I took my time to actually demonstrate with those 2 bottles. So my final point is that you cannot out-train a bad diet. I keep harping on this. I've made so many videos about dieting and eating and all that. I'm going to link those videos here in the cards, and I'm also going to link them in the description box. You can't out-train a bad diet. So if you're not eating well and if you're still eating junk food, you need to stop. I don't want to worry, especially if you know you're not in a place where you're financially stable to provide for yourself. So I don't want to harp too much on that. But if your family is cooking family food for everybody to eat, and some way, somehow, they're also trying to make sure that people are eating protein, eat what your family is eating, but just make sure that you don't overeat. Like, eat at intervals, okay? You don't need to like overfeed yourself. If the food they give you in the afternoon is too much, or the food they give you in the night is too much, save some of it for the next day, save some of it for the next couple of hours, so that way you learn how to eat at intervals. And I've made a video on this, so everything is going to be linked here. I don't want to talk too much about diets. I've already spoken so much about it. So that's pretty much all the tips I have. I know this was a very I don't even know what to call it, ghetto, like it's just very low budget, but that's kind of the point. Okay, I'm helping out people who want to get started but don't have the means to. So these are different ways, or these are different avenues that you can take if a gym subscription is too much or too expensive for you, okay? If you have any other tips, let me know in the comments below so that people who are watching can also read. Please let me know in the comments. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to give you a thumbs up. Don't forget to also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.